Hello. How are you doing? Hello. Hello. Welcome to a Christmas edition of the Glittery Bones of Advertising. It looks like a few of you've got a little bit of Christmas going on.
I just did some decorating, just stuff I had lying around the house.
It's quite good, really. I'm impressed.
Yours looks really incredibly real.
Didn't have a big window like that, did you?
We're renovating.
Okay.
I got Charlie Brown's Christmas tree.
Charlie Brown, and how come you got his tree?
Have you not seen Charlie Brown's Christmas? It's one of the great joys of Christmas. Huddle around a television with your family this year and watch it.
Okay, I will.
It's ages old, and it's just a joy of gift giving and the genuine joy of friends and family.
I reckon I might have seen it over the journey, without a doubt. Are you talking about Charlie Brown? Peanuts? Is that the?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
He gets the worst little Christmas tree, and it can only hold up one little bauble, and it's horrible.
I like that.
Everyone feels sad, but they're rejuvenated by the spirit of Christmas.
Well, in the spirit of Christmas, I thought we'd just take a quick look at something that looks a little like this. Tell me what you think of this.
Yeah, we can't wait.
We got any peas?
We're really excited.
Merry Christmas.
All the small things, true care, truth brings.
You
I'll
okay?
take
I'm fine.
your ride, best trip. Always, I know you'll be at my show, watching, waiting.
How did it go?
Yep, nailed it.
Commiserating, say it ain't so. I will not go. Turn the lights off. Carry me home.
Hey, Ellie.
Hi.
Oh, yeah. I skate a bit too.
You want to come in?
It's cool.
It's not as good as yours, I don't think.
Oh, well, I just have a few stickers, that's all.
I'm gonna get some stickers for it.
Okay, what did you think of that? Little pouty, Gabs. You got a little bit of John.
Yeah.
You got sort of drawn into the whole thing.
Yeah, I love it. It got me.
Got me in the feels.
Oh, the soundtrack. Oh, that was I'm a big Blink-182 fan from back in the day. So and also the whole mystery of it all, the whole start of the ad, I didn't know what it was about, but it was like a really great storytelling piece. Like I wanted to know what was happening next and what was around the corner and what the final hook was. If I didn't know that was an ad, I didn't feel like I was, well, they're not selling anything, but I didn't feel like I was being pushed upon. I really was intrigued and wanted to learn more about the journey that we were going on. I think the storytelling was just so beautiful. I love it. And I love Christmas. So of course I'm gonna love pretty much any Christmas ad. So
Yeah.
I loved it when it came through. I sent little love hearty faces on our email and I was just all gushy. So JD, I have to give a big clap to you. I think that was a good
I loved it. I just love that whole kind of it's that what's going on.
Yeah.
It's not not in a dodgy way. There's a story. I want to hear the story. I'm drawn to stories, and Christmas stories. It doesn't really matter that you don't know that it's Christmas or whatever. It's just here's this guy and this is what he's doing and this happens and then that and then it's beautiful. I loved it. Oh, I loved it. I did. I loved it. There you go. That's all I have. That's all I have. It's just 4 marks. Tip of the hat.
People who naysay on Christmas, I feel like sometimes it does bring out the best in us as well. There are lots of campaigns around Christmas that are centered around giving back and, people who aren't so fortunate, ensuring that they have a good Christmas as well. And I think I think that's the beautiful, obviously it's super commercialized now, and once upon a time as a religious story, but there is a really, there are some positive things that happen around this time of year that are sort of exacerbated by the whole festivities of it all.
Yeah.
What's the history of this John Lewis brand, Johnny boy? Give us a bit of context here.
Well, John Lewis do a great. Everyone looks forward to the John Lewis Christmas ads. Like every year they do something and you think, oh, that's it. Oh, they can't top that. And then every year it seems like they go, I know, they made me cry again, the bastards. Like they had a Christmas thing. I think it was them that had the Christmas carrot. They had a carrot.
They did.
And it made people cry. It's like,
yeah.
No, that's not supposed to happen. It's just a fucking carrot. But you know, I really like the fact that they're unashamedly prepared to embrace what makes us feel good about Christmas, and as a result, make us feel good about them at Christmas. Like they're not. It's not an absolute kind of shoveling of commercialism down your throat. It's like, remember what this is all about. Remember, just get back to the heart of it all. And they do it. They do it every year, and everyone loves them for it. Everyone loves them for it. So, you know, I cannot fault them at all, especially this year. That's glorious.
I actually think like there's other brands that have a much more commercial standpoint on it. Like I know in the US that lots of airlines do Christmas ads, and it's all about, you know, returning home for the holidays and that whole gushy story, which I feel like it's just a different ball game. It does have that commercial edge to it, and I think obviously that what these guys do really helps make it feel much more organic and true to the core of their brand, rather than any underlying commercial objectives.
Do you remember? I think Air Canada did a promotion in London. They're in a pub. There was two pilots, Air Canada pilots, in a pub, and there were a whole lot of Canadians, like where Canadians hung out, and they started talking about Canada. And people saying, oh, gee, I wish I could go back to Canada for Christmas. And these pilots were bringing out free tickets to Canada and handing them over in this pub.
Amazing.
Yeah.
A great promotion. Just like, yeah, come home. Yeah, come home.
Get back to Canada.
Yeah.
Australia Post does it pretty well as well. I think last year's campaign, or maybe the year prior, when we were all
The girl up the tree.
Yeah.
Or the cat up the tree or something.
Hey, what about this year?
We looked at it.
Floating around, and he eventually comes down and someone picks him up and packages him up and sends him back to Nana, and she gets to put him back in the display on the front lawn. Now that to me is an absolute ripper. That really got me, because I love the idea of a Santa just floating off, and he's like, you know, he's floating around everywhere. He's checking everything out. And then he's got poured on, of course, Dan Andrews' new wind turbine. Blown the air out of him, down he comes, and then old mate from who knows up to Upper Cumbukta West sees him and I'm going to send him home. Nice.
Pretty much the pitch for the concept, I reckon.
I really loved it. It was a good
Sold
one.
it.
It'll be that one. I must say
I saw a guy on a motorbike this morning on the Southeastern, dressed as Santa, just waving at passing cars, like just driving along the Southeastern, just, you know.
Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? I say.
Why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you? Well, it is the festive season, and I think we're going to have a quick chat about what the fuck. I don't care which one of you lead us off with our what the fuck today, but someone I would like you to kick it off and decide that we're going to talk about what we're going to talk about.
Go on.
Which is, I think we're talking about the next 4 years.
We are.
Yeah.
Talking about
So we
That's
had a fun time on Saturday where everyone went and got a snagging bread at a local primary school and put their little bits of paper in the ballot box. And Dan the man is back again. Guess who's back?
Yeah.
Dan is back again.
4 more years.
So it'll be like what, 8 or 12 years in total when he's done.
Well, this
Wow.
will be 12, so he's going for his third.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So He'll
Which is
be,
pretty
on
crazy
the
because I
circuit.
didn't really even know who he was until COVID, really. Like he wasn't really in the spotlight. So yeah, I guess be it what it is, and the people voted, and I'm
I tell you,
upset.
I
I
heard
can't do anything.
I heard so many people say, I just wanted someone else to vote for.
Yeah,
They wanted, like, it seems like the Liberals were like, we not him. No, we won't do
yeah,
that. No,
Yeah.
that's not him."
yeah.
Like, it's just, I
The
don't know.
Liberals are definitely seem to be a bit of a sinking ship,
Yeah,
really, based on what on their results as well. And
yeah.
I don't know anything about politics. Like I'm just basing this on polls and like little graphs that I've seen float around. But I don't know. Matthew Guy was a pretty terrible candidate or spokesman. But
I think
like,
this,
was there no one better?
yeah, I think this result is very telling of how terrible Matthew Guy is and not how great Dan Andrews is. It's just telling that no one could go that way,
I
unfortunately.
thought,
And the big
extraordinary.
shift in the Greens as well. Like the
Yeah,
They've
look,
got
a little
4 seats.
shift,
They've
two-
won
two
4 seats.
seats.
It's not like a green slide. They've got
seats.
4 seats.
Yeah, they got 2 more.
It's like, that's not, sorry.
just wait,
like, that's not
wait. They're just gonna creep.
that's
They're gonna
not a,
creep up on you, JD.
they said
Next
that
time
about
he's
the
still around.
They said that about the Democrats, and the Democrats went like that. They said, like, it's just, I can't believe that the Liberals are now saying we want to, like, we need a fresh face for the Liberal Party. We've got
Bit
four front runners, and they're all white, middle class, middle-aged men. Like,
That's different.
That's
How
I find it
how
extraordinary
refreshing.
that Dan could do what he did for the pandemic and yet still get re-elected. Now, whether you think he did it right or he did it wrong, there's an enormous amount of people and businesses that were impacted by what was done as a result of the pandemic. And yes, you're right, there was no playbook and we'd never done this before. But for mine, the most extraordinary thing is to think that the other guy is that shit.
Yeah.
That you can have someone do what he did for 2 years and basically
And
lock this
still get
state
in.
down and yet still get back into power. I was just blown away that that could potentially happen, but not only potentially happen, but then did happen. So to everyone else's point, I think it's an extraordinary situation where the other guys are so bad and so poorly organized and run that their campaign at its best was a young lady waking up like she's woken up from a hangover with Dan Andrews there. I thought, if that's the best you can come up with, fuck me, shoot whoever wrote that ad now. Shoot them. Because that was the worst piece of shit that has ever gone out across anyone's fucking campaign ever. It was a joke.
So odd, wasn't it? Like you could just reiterate all of the
Andrews
shitness.
hangover.
Would that not be enough
but
to say like this is what happened?
But they
But
had
they
nothing
didn't
else
know.
to say. That was the problem. They had no message to deliver other than we're going to cut all the things that Labor's told us was good. And then Labor just had the most perfect scenario with this peanut that attacked our ambos last time, fucked up the hospitals, and then got sacked after the last election, but we brought him back. I mean, whoever's running that as far as Liberal goes needs to have a good hard look at themselves, because to think that they could even go to market and campaign with this moron was a joke. Like, I can't believe that it even happened.
Yeah.
Of course, Dan Andrews won. I'm surprised they didn't get fucking 78 seats and the Greens got 4.
Yeah, I like that. Every time they came out with a, like, we're going to vote for and pass an integrity policy in the Victorian Parliament, and then 2 days later, the guy who's Matthew Guy's advisor says, actually, not so squeaky clean, tried to get $100,000 out of one of our corporate, like what the fuck? What the actual fuck?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm just glad I'm not in politics. My God, what a head fuck.
But I think that's the problem. I think, like, as generations keep coming up and coming up, it's like it's becoming less of a desirable career path. I mean, I don't think anyone wakes up and says, I want to be a politician, but I feel like for younger generations, there's a lack of diversity, like gender, but also in terms of, you know, socioeconomic backgrounds and things of that nature. So it's not a true representation of the people's needs. And people, like, I would feel like I'm not even going to try, because you have to get through so many levels till you actually get somewhere where you can actually make a difference, and you just go, that's too hard.
Which is why I think the Greens are
continue.
becoming so popular with the younger generation, because they are all about, like, I don't even know what their policies are, but, you know, climate change and all that kind of shit as well. And
But
it's
they're not an
headed up.
environmental party. They're
No.
not an environmental party. They've got no business being called green.
I know, but
Like a light
it's
grey.
advertising, JD. This is what we do.
I
Just put
know.
green on it and it's environmentally friendly. You know this. And it's working.
It is.
But at least that's headed up by a female here, of you know, a darker skinned female. And their party is more diverse and perhaps more inclusive. Like, they come out and say that they're more inclusive by the people that they associate themselves with. But I don't know. They're just, yeah, it's, yeah.
Yes.
Who knows? Who knows in 4 years, when we're sitting here all grey and weathered, if we'll be talking about Dan getting re-elected again.
Can't get much grayer, but nonetheless, let's poke the
Kizinga.
That wasn't to you, JD. That wasn't to me. I can't get much grayer. I think you might have
Sorry,
taken that as a certain slant on you, but none. It was actually directed at me. Let's move on from politics, and I would propose that let's not do this too often ever again when it comes to talking politically about these morons, because there's far better things to talk about, like harmonics.
Harmonics. And it's not, we're not humming anything. I have got, you ready for it?
Yes, I am.
The inaugural Glittery
Oh my God, he's got
Bones
flashcards.
The inaugural Glittery Bones of Advertising Christmas Quiz.
Christmas quiz. Gabs, get ready to win.
Yeah, Gabs is all over this.
Right.
I'm already bowing out.
Okay, I'm going to give it my best shot, but I'm going to come in a humble third.
Okay. So, one of the great traditions of Christmas started in 1938 is the Carols by Candlelight.
I'm fucked already. Never watched it.
Who has hosted? Now, it's a multiple choice, so you get 5 choices.
Carol Summers.
Daryl, yeah, I was going to say, is it Daryl?
You only get one guess. I'm going to say that for you now, so don't waste your guess, all right?
Got it.
Daryl Summers never hosted Carols by Candlelight. So just like put your gunpowder back in your pants.
I think I've got a good idea.
Okay, so who
Can you sit the fuck down?
I'm just dancing in my living room.
No, you're not.
Oh, look, big dog. Who has hosted the Carols by Candlelight the most? 5 people. Toshi, Eddie Maguire, Brian Naylor, Ray Martin, or Lisa Wilkinson. Ray Martin, correct. Thank you very much.
Ray Martin.
Ray Martin, correct. But she got there first. Sorry.
Oh, so do we just have to say as soon as we hear that?
So you only get one guess in a multiple choice.
But is it
It's
first
all right.
in, best dress?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's another multiple choice question for you. One of the other great traditions. Oh, actually, bonus round.
Yep.
Who's the sponsor of Carols by Candlelight?
Vision Australia.
Well done. Oh, money not wasted. There you go.
Thanks,
okay,
guys. That's 2 stars. 1, 2.
so
What are you
the
doing?
the first Boxing Day test. Boxing Day has not always
Pakistan versus Australia. Damn it.
Right,
I'm
that's your gone, right? You're not
You're
even
out.
into my ballpark. So the Boxing Day test has not always been a tradition. It has only been around since which date? 1969, 1974,
I'm on that date.
1976, or 1980?
1976.
80.
74.
69.
74.
69er.
74 was the first one. It has been a fixture on the calendar since 1980.
Process of elimination.
But the first one was 1974. Well done. Okay. What year did Santa not make it into Darwin?
when there was the cyclone.
Katrina.
Trina.
No,
What?
Tracy. No,
Tracy.
Tanya. Tracy?
2017. 20.
No,
76.
1984.
74.
Stop Googling, Craig.
Well,
I
you're
can
not-
see
You
you.
still got
Not
74. Everything's 74.
Oh, well, it's just,
Oh,
I think I got a
74,
star
the
for
bloody-
that. I said the
Okay.
plate and the
All right, then.
Test and-
Okay, then. Okay, hang
I
about.
thought
Wait
this
a
was like
minute.
Christmas quiz.
This is a Christmas quiz. Which Australian supermarket chain
Coles.
saw Santa crash in the outback?
Coles.
Aldi. Yes.
You are smashing it.
Because of
Absolutely.
my Christmas
smashing it.
decorations.
Okay. The other great Christmas tradition in Australia is the Sydney Hobart Yacht Race.
Yes.
Who's the sponsor?
Rolex.
Well done, Craig McLeod. I'm going to give you that.
Oh, come on.
A star for you.
I reckon I got that one. I'll replay.
I got one.
Okay.
I reckon I got the 1974 ones too, but let's just
Thank you. Well, I'll let the judges go back over
go back
the.
to the tape on those ones.
Okay, so there was a very famous soccer match in the World War One between the English and the Germans during.
Look at Gab's face. Gab's is just looking, going, "What the fuck has
She's like
any of this got to do
Mariah
with Christmas?"
Carey.
This is
Mariah
not-
Carey.
This is a
Gab was
sport.
hoping for like jingle bells to come up, like what's the fucking Rudolph's name or something?
Reindeer names.
What does Santa carry? A sack? You know, like
No,
fucking
you're
how do you
right,
wrap
JD.
present 101?
You
just-
can continue, JD.
Thank you very
I'm
much.
here for you.
Sorry.
There was a famous soccer game on the Christmas truce between England and Germany. They crawled out of their trenches and they had a soccer game and a little bit of a barbecue while they were in the middle of blowing the shit out of each other during World War One. Which English supermarket brand reenacted this?
Tesco.
Close, not them.
And Marks and Spencer's.
I've no idea. How's that?
Close.
What English brand? Macy's? No.
No, starts with an S.
Selfridges.
Beverages.
Sainsbury's.
Sainsbury's.
Anyway,
They
last
do
one.
good pre-packaged fruit.
They do. Okay. The very last one. You ready?
Yes.
It's the inaugural shithouse Christmas quiz. You'll love this one. The Southern Hemisphere's largest parade, the largest parade in the Southern Hemisphere,
Yes.
is the Christmas pageant held in which Australian city?
Sydney. Melbourne.
Perth.
Toronto.
Adelaide.
Well done, Craig McLeod.
Adelaide.
Thanks for
Adelaide.
guessing all the others, ladies.
National Pharmacy's Christmas pageant.
And the only reason I know it would have been Adelaide is because JD was once from Adelaide, and I know that he would have known all about that fucking pageant. He
Yep.
probably wrote a song for it.
I was in it. When I was
course you
my
were.
first jobs was at John Martin's when they were sponsor of the Christmas pageant. We had to turn up on, the
Reindeer.
29th of November or whatever and get dressed up as elves and bloody frogs and cowboys and Indians and shit.
Do you have photos?
Get on a float and wave at the little kiddies. That's what we did.
Beautiful. That, my friends, is
We should
another edition of the Bones of Advertising. That is another year of the Glittery Bones of Advertising.
Well done, everybody. Well
Well
done.
played. All the very best to you
It's
all.
been a
We
good one.
shall return in 2027, maybe, or 28.
Happy
Who
New
knows?
Year's.
Happy.
Merry
New Year.
Christmas. Season's greetings.
Don't go changing.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Well played, kiddies.